Hi Ash, how are you doing?
I'm doing very good, Neelam. Thank you so much for this amazing opportunity to talk about one more interesting topic today.
Yes, Ash, and this is a very difficult thing that we face every day in our life, and it is quite close to my heart as well. So, Ash, there are certain people in our life, especially in our professional life,
Hmm.
who are no on a higher position than us, and we have some kind of a fear when while we are talking to them, and we are intimidated by their position. We are not able to say the true feelings, express true feelings in front of them, and this leads to some kind of professional damage to our career. And it also goes up to our personal life where we start uh, putting people on a higher side, and we just become yes man kind of a person,
Yes.
which is not good for our personal life also. So, Ash, tell us the reason why we do so, and also tell us how we can overcome this situation.
Sure. So first of all, thank you for choosing this amazing topic because I think a lot of people are facing these issues not just right now but for many years together. And I think this is very important because I always say that one of the most important parts of any professional relationship is a strong communication. And whether it is your
Absolutely.
boss, whether it is your colleague, whether it is a subordinate, whether it is a client, everything is all about your communication. But communication is not just a superficial word or not just a word which we used in some kind of just like a skills training word which we use. Communication goes much deeper into that because the way we communicate, it's something which is a reflection of our personality, and it is also a
Yes.
reflection of our thoughts. It's also a reflection of what goes on in our mind. It is also a reflection of the limiting beliefs which we might have. Okay, now I am talking
Hmm.
about limiting beliefs because one of the reasons, the question which you asked, that why do people have trouble in speaking up to the people who are at a higher position, or why can't people talk immediately to their immediate superiors in a good way and it happens. So the reason is there is a limiting belief that we believe that we might not be good enough, and that is the core of what takes us to put the person on what I call as pedestal. So many times
Absolutely.
we put our bosses on pedestal. So I remember I have a client who recently said that she has no work-life balance, and she has a 4-year-old child, and she has she works from the morning 9 a.m. It goes on at times because now everyone is working from home. It goes till 11 p.m. at night. Sometimes she gets a mail in the middle of the night because she's also working with other regions across the world. She opens her laptop, she works, and her personal life also goes for a toss because she has to take care of the child. It disturbs her sleep patterns, it disturbs the sleep patterns of her husband, it disturbs the sleep patterns of a child. And when I asked her what is not making you speak about this, so she says, I'm afraid I might lose my job. And if I
Yes.
lose my job, I have a loan and my house, and all those things came up. Now, I just told her that you don't have to fight with your boss, but you have to talk about it. Because when we talk about healthy boundaries, and healthy boundaries is one topic which Neelam, we always have talked about at Unicorn Insight, whether it is through our personal growth workshops or whether it is through any kind of work which we are doing. So here I always tell people that you have put your boss on pedestal, which means you almost treat yourself like a slave. You are not a slave. You are an employee. You are a professional. And until and unless you tell your boss that this cannot be done, however urgent the thing is, I told her what is the kind of job you do, and she's into the finance industry, and yes, she's doing a very good job, but along with it, no one's life is at stake if she misses one email at 2 a.m. in the morning, right?
Yes.
So the most important thing is we put our seniors or our bosses on pedestal, which means we do not try to be our authentic selves. We are always trying to be the people pleaser. I think I've done that a lot in my professional career as well. And not that I
Same
regret it
here.
all, but I feel it's a learning. I feel it was a learning for me. And a lot of times when we put people on pedestal, we do not allow our true side to be seen. How many people, I see a lot of people who say that they say yes to the boss, and then after the boss goes away, they say, oh, I don't think I'll be able to finish that in a day. Is this person gone mad? Does he think I will be able to finish it in a day? And I always say, tell your boss, I can't
Yes.
finish it in a day. Listen, it might take more than a day. I will try my best to finish it in a day. But if I cannot finish it, you will have to understand. And this is what I call as a authentic conversation. You are having an adult to adult talk. You are telling your boss that yes, I know I'm going to try my level best to do it in one day, but if it cannot be done in one day, I'm going to take a little more than that. And this is the kind of words which is what I call as assertiveness. Assertiveness is a simple technique where you are authentically conversing with the person without having the fear of not being liked. Why do we say yes in the beginning? We say yes in the beginning because we feel, okay, I will say yes now and I'll try to impress my boss so that I get a promotion. But you keep doing that for years together, there is no promotion, and someone else takes away the promotion. Who takes away the promotion? The person who says, I can't do this in one day, I'm going to take more days than that. And you say, oh, such a rude and arrogant guy, but he's taking away the promotion, he's taking away the bonus, and I'm not taking it away. Why? He is being authentic. The boss is used to seeing him being authentic. Now you will say, okay, I've already worked for 5 years at this company and my boss knows that I'm a yes person. How do I change that? Start having honest conversations. Start talking in an assertive manner. What is an assertive manner? You don't have to be rude. You have to speak the truth. You have to speak it in a kind and compassionate manner. You have to say that, for example, if Neelam, you are my boss, I will tell you, Neelam, I understand this is really urgent, but this might take more than a day. Now, it might take more than a day and we will try our best to make it in one day before that. But what do you think? Do you think we can put more resources if it is urgent? And when you speak from that place, initially the boss might feel, oh, what happened to this guy? He was the yes guy till yesterday. On the first day it might be difficult. Second time it might be difficult. But over a period of time, this authentic conversation becomes an important part of your corporate career. As you said, once we start becoming a yes person, we start being a yes person and we even start pleasing our family members. We even start saying yes to everything. So I remember when I was in this kind of a people pleasing behavior, I was putting everyone on pedestal. And my mom said, what's wrong with you? Why are you saying yes if you cannot do this? It's okay, we can do it tomorrow. And I realized that I had become so much extension of my people pleasing personality and it was toxic. 90% of the people who have lifestyle diseases later in their life are the ones who have been people pleasers. So stop it right now. Try to understand what is being assertive and what is being people pleaser. You have to understand that it's good to tell the person, it's okay to not to be liked, it's okay to be transparent. And I always tell people, don't be politically correct. I have spent half of my life in being politically correct, but the moment I started being authentic, that was the time everything picked up. My business picked up, my work picked up, my personal life picked up, my health became better. Because authentic conversation is what I call is you express, you say what you mean and you mean what you say. And right now we are at a wake of this realization. 2020 has been a massive year of transformation and all the old paradigms have been broken. So yes, 5 years ago, we were being people pleasers, we were being diplomatic. But if right now we as a human civilization, if we wake up and if we open what I call as the Kantha Chakra, the Kantha Chakra is a blue colored energy center at the center of our throat. It is also called as Vishuddhi Chakra in Sanskrit. And this energy center expands when you speak the truth and it contracts when you lie, or when you are being honest, or when you are being politically correct, where you are not expressing yourself, this center shrinks. And you know what happens when this center shrinks? On a physical level, it manifests as thyroid issues, it manifests as sore throat, it manifests as neck problems. I see a lot of young people putting those belts around their neck. It's all because the throat chakra is shrunk. Be open, and this not just applies to your bosses, to your colleagues, it applies to everyone. Have that honest but difficult conversation with your spouse. Have that honest but difficult conversation with your parents. Have that honest but difficult conversation, especially if you have a teenager child. Because when you do that, you will be authentically yourself. Why we don't speak the truth is because we are afraid of losing the people. We either stay in the polarity, which means we want to be totally quiet, we are not going to talk at all, we are going to be passive aggressive, or we are going to fight. But what here we are
Yes.
telling is the balanced approach, the middle approach. What is the middle approach? Where you are being assertive kindly, where you are telling your boss, if you missed a deadline, you're telling your boss, thank you for understanding me, but it's getting too much on me. I'm a human being, I will break down and it will impact our company. This is the revolution. People have to slowly start. Even if you have done 1% of it now, over the period of next 10 years, we build cultures, we build companies where people are honest, where they are not afraid to be themselves. And once we break this polarity, which means we are either of the two extremes, when we come in the balanced approach right in the center, we create a revolution, not just in the corporate world, not just in our professional lives, but in our personal lives too.
Yes, yes, you are absolutely true, Ash. And I have felt this experience in my personal life also. When I started saying no to people around me, either my boss or no, my
Yeah.
family members, I became a happier person. And there were a lot of diseases, lifestyle diseases that I had.
Yes.
But slowly they have started disappearing now because I am becoming authentically myself. I have started, saying no to people. If I'm not happy with someone, I say it. Though I don't have to be harsh saying
Yes.
certain things to certain people. I have realized that I can say it politely also, and the
Absolutely.
other person will also understand. It is not necessary that the other person will always get hurt by
Correct.
what I'm saying. In fact, in the long run,
Absolutely.
people do understand you. So this is something which is very, very important. So any other tools, Ash,
Sure, sure. Which I
about this?
wanted to very much speak about. So we have spoken about access consciousness in the earlier episode of our Weekend Wisdom Mocktail, and
Yes,
I do talk about this tool. This tool is called as Energy Flows. This tool works amazingly well. See, we are beings of energy. Whatever we say, we only see the physical body, but there is an energy body which we all possess. Energetically, we connect to people. You think of a friend and the friend calls up. It is nothing but your energy connecting to that friend's energy. So it happens so many times that I just think of a friend and he or she just calls me up or just drops a message saying, "Hey Ash, I was thinking about you." And why does that happen? Because energy, we are sending energy to each other. Energy flows is the first language we learned even before we learned to speak. Babies, from the
yes,
age of, since they are born till the age they start speaking, they only communicate with energy flows. They cry, the mother knows they are hungry. They smile, the mother knows they are happy. They just send that energy and the mother understands. But that is the primary language which we all operate with. Now when we talk about, there are different kinds of people at your workplace. There are some people who are very aggressive, who will constantly make you feel drained. There are some kind of people who will push a lot of energy on you, which means they are the kind of people who will constantly make you feel a lot of pressure. Then there are kinds of people who will not even interact. So for example, I remember about a few weeks ago, I had some technical problems happening with my Wi-Fi, and I was calling them every single day to ask them about, like, when is my Wi-Fi getting started. And they just told me one thing, "Madam, हो जाएगा, हाँ, आदमी भेज देंगे, काम हो जाएगा." So for all of our speakers who only understand English, the Wi-Fi people were telling me it will get done today, it will get done tomorrow. Why did that happen? They were neutral. Okay, they had gotten their money, and they were neutral
yes,
because I was in desperate need of getting my Wi-Fi started. I had clients waiting, but they were neutral. That's another energy where people are neutral. But a lot of times we go to public sector offices and we see people who are just sitting and who says, "Come after lunch, come tomorrow, come day after tomorrow." Then there are those people who are energy suckers. They act as if they need your energy all the time. I see a lot of
they are the
clients.
most dangerous people.
They are the most dangerous people. They have so much negativity and they want all your
Yes,
energy. And these are the kind of people who always want your attention. And then
yes,
after this category, there are people who are like the salesman. Have you heard from a credit card company? They call up at in middle of the day when you are busy and you pick up the phone and they say, "Madam, do you want this credit card? It is a free offer." And you say, "I don't want a credit card," but they are pushing the card on you. Now, do you see these are different categories of people? If we treat all of them as one, it's not going to work because we have to know which energy is which,
what kind of a person?
what
Yes,
kind of a person they are. So for this, I have, in when we do access consciousness, we do almost half a day we spend in understanding energy flows, and it works like magic, Neelam. So here is one question what everyone can ask. If you want, you can write this question down. As I said, in Access Consciousness, you ask questions to the universe and you allow the answers to come up to you. So here, I'm going to simply give you this question, which you have to just ask to the universe. So, what will it take for us to exercise the correct energy flows needed at every time? Okay, what will it take for us what will it take for us to exercise the correct energy flows needed at every time with every person? So, for example, if my boss is a pusher, which means my boss is constantly pushing, if he's of the category of those credit card selling companies and he's constantly bombarding me with work, I need to exercise a different energy flow. Of course, it's a detailed study which I can't talk in this much little time. It might take maybe one full day to explain that. But without understanding, if you just want to make things better, simply ask this question. I have framed this question on my own and I keep asking them. So what will it take for us to exercise the right energy flows or the correct energy flows needed every time? And then we simply say the clearing statements, everything that doesn't allow that, I destroy and uncreate all of that, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pop, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. I also, whenever there are difficult situations, I just keep saying, I put all my barriers down. Why do I say I put my barriers down? Barriers are the limiting beliefs in our mind. For example, I might have that thought about my boss that he or she is very arrogant or all of that. But if I put my barriers down, I will be able to look at my boss with a new perspective. So right now, well, I don't have a boss because I'm my own boss. So obviously, this was just an example, but this
you are lucky.
So I'm right now telling everyone that whoever is facing this issue, whether it is at work, whether it is in personal life, whether it's a difficult client, you can simply ask this question, and before that, you can simply say, "I put all my barriers down." When you say, "I put all my barriers down," you absolutely break all the limitations you have about the person. And well, Neelam, there could be so much to talk about this, but I think for today, these are the tools. I hope our people have noted these tools down. How to ask this access question, simply ask the question to the universe and allow the answers to show up. As I said, you don't have to ask, you don't have to get the answers. You just have to ask the question, or simply you can say, universe, what else is possible? What will it take for me to have amazing rapport with everyone at work? That's it. And once you do that, a lot of things will start shifting. So I hope that helps all of you who are watching us and our little effort which we have made to create this episode of helping you to deal with difficult people at work. So please note down the points and
Ash, there is a lot we can talk about.
Absolutely.
And this is very interesting, especially the access tools. Whenever I hear it from you, I want to learn more and more on access tools. So definitely in the future, we are going to do another full episode on access tools.
Definitely.
And as of now, on this topic, I think this is quite useful, quite helpful. And this will help all of us, including me and you, because once we put our barriers down, as you have said, we will always get a new perspective of doing things, of knowing people, dealing with people, and it will definitely help us. And trust me, people, this is actually very important that you become authentically yourself. Don't try to be someone else. Don't try to put parameters around you, because this is not you. Just try to be what you are, and you will be very successful and happy in your life, be it professional or personal. So with that note, we are concluding this episode of Weekend Wisdom Mocktail, and we thank you very much, Ash, for being here and always answering my questions.
My pleasure.
No, it is actually our pleasure, and we are very lucky to have you around. And definitely we'll come up again with a new episode.
Absolutely.
And to us, tell us what you would like us to take. Thank you so much, Ash.
Thank you so much, and thank you guys. Thank you for watching this, and we will see you with one more episode very soon. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.